Now, did Democrats sell out labor and take corporate contributions? Absolutely. So your answer to a revanchist far right that's doing even more than any previous administration on labor is to go back into history and bitch about Democrats fucking up on that issue. What we on the actual left, who care about actually achieving things, are doing is fighting all of these fronts simultaneously, but actually, in fact, focusing now on the main threat. I said if you were in a swing state, vote for Hillary, because I wanted to keep the main threat and the main problem be those fucking neoliberals and corporatists that we do have to defeat, not galloping fascists. But you know what? It's a good business model. Outrage is a good business model.
I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation?
Across the universe. Spider-Man across the universe, and he's bunny hopping in the damn trailer I saw. How the hell you have a black superhero cartoon for our children? And he's lusting and thirsting over the skim milk in the damn trailer. This is insane. How you gonna have a cartoon bunny hopping over the white girl in the cartoon?
If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation?
And then what is it, Little Mermaid? They said Little Mermaid is swimming in the milk. She is bunny hopping too. Little Mermaid got a smell puppy. Insane, brothers.
Where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation?
We can't even have a cartoon with black on black ladies. We can't even have a cartoon.
If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever
with black on black love. We can't even have a cartoon with black on black love. Spider-Man across and get a Chinese passport and call myself a Chinese? Hell no. Even if I got the pass.
Am I ever really lost in translation?
Passport, I can't call myself a Chinese, and the Chinese ain't gonna let me call myself.
Where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation?
A Chinese. They might call me a resident of China. They might call me a citizen of China, but they're gonna make sure that I understand you are not part of the Chinese people. And my Jamaican Africans, y'all better stop letting them Chinese people. My Jamaican Africans, y'all better stop letting these Chinese people think they part of the Jamaican people. Can I?
Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation?
I go to Israel.
If I gave myself the power,
He said, what about a white
where
African?
would I be?
What the hell is a snow bunny African?
Am
There's
I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I
no such thing
ever
as a
really
snow
lost in
bunny African.
translation?
There's no such thing as a snow puppy African. Anybody in Africa who is not original man and original woman. Anybody in
If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power,
who is not original
where
man
would
or
I
original
be?
woman. Anybody on the continent of Africa
Am
who is
I
not
ever really
an original
lost in
man or original woman is not an African.
If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power,
disrespect to the Arabs, but you are not an African. No disrespect to the East Indians, but you are not an African.
Where would I be? Was am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation?
No disrespect to the Chinese, but you are not an African. No disrespect to the Lebanese, but you are not an African. Anybody in Africa who is not original man, original woman, is a visitor or an invader. You are
If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be?
either a visitor or you are an invader. That's it.
Am I ever
That's it.
really lost in
That's it.
translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Am I ever really lost in translation?
Wow, that's fucked up. I guess I'm gonna start right here. Start back at it.
If I gave myself the
So before
power,
I'd actually have
where would I
everything
be?
planned. I guess I'm gonna start back over
Was
again. I'm
am
sorry,
I
I'm
ever
just
really lost in translation?
Alright, I guess y'all can hear me now. Thanks.
Man or original woman. Anybody on the continent of Africa who is not an original man or original woman is not an African. No disrespect to the Arabs, but you are not an African.
Am I ever
This whole thing
really
about how-
lost in translation?
I'm sorry, like I was saying before, when y'all can hear me, but why would you just start off with no disrespect? You're about to say something that's completely
If I gave myself
disrespectful.
the
Like,
power,
dude, oh, why are you making this
where
point?
would I be?
It's like he feeds into this
Am I
whole
ever
sense
really
of like
lost in translation?
legitimate or illegitimate. I think it's legitimate that, you know, black people can say black people, white people can say
If I
white
gave
people,
myself the
Arab
power,
people can say Arab people,
where would I
South
be?
Asian people can say South Asian people, North Asian people can
Am
say
I
North Asian
ever
people.
really
Like,
lost in translation?
Omar, dog, that's not the type of world we live in. And even if it was the life of world, music off, okay, cool. Even
If I
if that
gave
was
myself
the
the
world we
power,
live in,
where would I be?
at one time, that
myself the
But not everybody
power,
that actually has sex about it.
where would
Yes,
I
there's
be?
people that has hurt you.
Was
There's some
I, am
people who
I
have
ever
just like just
really
been
lost
shitty to
in
you.
translation?
But no, dog, like Umar, what are you talking about? I know what he's talking about, but white Africans and Chinese Jamaicans.
If I gave myself
Well,
the
let's go.
power,
No disrespect to the
where
East
would I
Indians,
be?
but you are not an African. No disrespect to the
Was
Chinese,
I,
but you are not an African. No disrespect to the Lebanese, but you are not an African.
Oh my God!
Anybody
Was this
in
for
Africa
4
who is
minutes?
not original man, original woman, is a visitor or an invader. You are either a visitor or you are
if I
an
gave
invader.
myself
That's
the
it.
power,
That's it. That's
where
it.
would
Is
I
that better?
be?
Anybody in Nigeria who's not
Was
original
I,
man,
am
original
I
woman
ever
is a
really
visitor
lost
or
in
an invader.
translation?
Anybody in South Africa who's not original man and original woman is an invader or a visitor. That's it. You're not African. I don't give a damn what the government says. I don't care if you got a passport
If I gave
like that Chinese
myself
woman in
the
Jamaica.
power,
She had a Jamaican passport. I can't
where
wait.
would I be? Was I,
Alright, let's
am
see.
I ever
That should be
really
better. Can
lost
you guys
in
hear me better now?
translation? If I gave myself the power,
That should be better.
where would I be? Was I, am I ever really lost in translation?
I wonder why y'all can't hear me. Let me turn down this fan.
If I gave myself the power, where would I be? Was I, am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power, where would I be?
Alright, that should be better. Can you guys hear me better now?
Was I, am I ever really lost in translation?
I know what it is. It's the game music.
If I
Now,
gave
that's
myself
better.
the power, where would I be? Was I, am I ever really lost in translation?
Yep, the game music was trying to be out.
If I gave myself
That
the
should be
power, where would I be? Was I, am I ever really lost in translation?
Alright, yeah, the game music was drowning me out. I just muted the game music. That's what's going on. Oh shit.
If I gave myself the power, where would
No,
I
this
be?
actually wasn't playing at all on my end. But
Was I, am I
Yeah.
ever really lost
I turned
in
it down on my
translation?
headphones. Because I turned it down on my headphones, I couldn't hear it.
Come to Jamaica. I can't.
Alright, yeah, that should be better. That should be a lot better.
If I gave myself the power, where would I be?
Let me actually turn it down.
Was I, am I ever really lost in translation? If I gave myself the power,
I don't see how y'all are hearing
where
the
would I be? Was I, am I ever really lost in translation?
music. No music is playing.
If I gave
I know what it is. There it goes. Now, you should guys shouldn't hear any music at all. I didn't realize that was still playing in the background. Better. For some reason that was still on the game. Yeah. That's better. Yeah, I don't understand how that actually was showing in the background. All right, yeah, my fault, guys, my fault. Let's just go back just a little bit. All right, let's go.
You're not African. I don't give a damn what the government say. I don't care if you got a passport like that Chinese woman in Jamaica. She had a Jamaican passport. I can't wait till I come to Jamaica. I can't wait till I get to Jamaica on June 24th. I can't wait till I get to Jamaica on June 24th. Because you got Chinese people in Jamaica with a Jamaican passport calling themselves Jamaican. Can I go to China and get a Chinese passport and call myself a Chinese? Hell no.
Oh, okay, so before I was seeing that I could not be heard, this shit is what's bothering me about idiots like him. And I also say it. Idiots like him will be the most ignorant motherfuckers that will go and say just some wild and crazy shit in order to prove his motherfucking point. And I'm sorry, Umar, like I don't give a fuck what your genealogy is. What the Jamaican government says about somebody's citizenship is what they say. You are not a motherfucking authority on that. Tell you what, Umar, why don't you go and get that school finally built? You know, the school that you took millions of people's of money for. And yeah, why don't you get that built instead of worrying about sovereign countries motherfucking their motherfucking you know, immigration status. No one will cancel you, sir. You're a liberal. White privilege doesn't exist. Only liberal privilege. They stole the election. Is that you, Jill? Oh, Jill. Thank you. You know your own account. Like you said this on your own account. But let's go.
Even if I got the passport, I can't call myself a Chinese. And the Chinese ain't gonna let me call myself a Chinese. They might call me a resident of China. They might call me a citizen of China. But they're going to make sure that I understand you are not part of the Chinese people. And my Jamaican Africans, y'all better stop letting them Chinese people. My Jamaican Africans, y'all better stop letting these Chinese people think they part of the Jamaican people. Can I go to Israel and get an Israel passport and call myself an Israeli?
Um, I don't want to. You know, when your enemy is is making mistakes, you don't want to kind of interrupt them. But I don't think you want to go down that road, man. I don't think you want to go down that road. I I don't think that's the flex you think you about to do. All right, let's go.
Hell no. Hell no. Can I call myself a European Jew because I'm in Israel? Hell no. If you ain't original man,
You just did it. You dumb fuck. Okay. Okay. First of all, Umar, stop it. Just stop. Again, dog, what is your fucking major malfunction? You have this issue where you want to be I don't know, you want to be special based on lineage. Why don't you be special based on some shit that you actually accomplished? You know, like scamming people out of millions of dollars, you know, for a school that you never gonna complete. Is that too soon? Is that too soon? All right, let's go.
original woman, you are a visitor or an invader. I don't care what the president of the country has to say. I don't give a damn what nobody in parliament got to say. Of course,
Oh, okay, so he's just openly admitting that he just doesn't give a damn. It's based on his feelings. Okay, all right. At least he's fucking admitting it. Like, okay, cool, great, cool beans. All right, Umar, let's hear what the shit you gotta say.
they're going to call them Africans because they're getting paid off. Of course, the parliament is going to call those invaders Africans because they're getting paid off. So we
And
got
again, if you want to talk about the Belt and Road Initiative, Like, yeah, no, I have fucking problems with the Belt and Road Initiative, just like I have problems with the International Monetary Fund. Countries are using other countries' poverty as a way of geopolitical motherfucking posturing. Cool, say that shit, but don't just sit back and say, "Well, you can't be a citizen of the country." Like, is it? Are you a citizen of a country? Does that being a citizen of the country actually make you that? I didn't realize that you know Jamaican was a phenotype. I just thought it was a country, an island nation. I didn't realize it was a phenotype. You know what I mean? Like you like just say you want to say that these people are not black. That's what you want to say. And just be fucking honest with it. Stop trying to fucking sugarcoat it. Just say you feel that even if somebody lives in this country is only for black people. But let's go.
got South Africa, we got Ethiopia, we got Amsterdam, Rotterdam, St. Lucia, Antigua, Guadeloupe, we got Ghana, Nigeria coming up. Who am I missing?
I mean, like, are you also going to talk about the countries in Northern Africa? Are you going to like? It's only cherry. He's only cherry picking people or peoples who he feels to say like, look, you can point at this person and can tell they're from Africa. Like, I don't get this whole shit. Like, I do get it. I know what he's doing. I know what he's saying. He's just trying to make sure that he can point out, haha, look at this dark skinned person. They black. Like, literally, get a fucking paperback test for Umar because that's what he wants. And all of this shit, because somebody said they were Jamaican because they fucking live in the country. You are farming outrage about this bullshit because you want to farm this outrage because you want to point to Jamaican as a fucking race versus it's just being a fucking country of citizenship. Just say you want to actually say that, hey, I want to say this person is black. They're not black. You're not black because you're not dark skinned. But let's go.
Volta region of Ghana is going down. And I need traveling secretaries. And I need traveling secretaries. Black Men Town Hall meeting is coming up. Black Man.
I mean, like, wait, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm sorry. I like some of his content is just fucking stupid. I'm sorry because it's mostly grift, and if you don't think that a lot of shit that he says or does is mostly a grift, then you're bought into the shit. But let's go.
Town Hall meeting is coming up. Black Man Town Hall meeting is coming up. And what's up with the Spider-Man? Can somebody help me understand this new Spider cart?
Now this is what I wanted to get this for. This is the reason why. Like fuck the racism and all the other good bullshit. This is gonna be the awesome part. Let's go.
Cartoon. I don't follow the cartoon. Spider-Man across the universe. Spider-Man across the universe, and he's bunny hopping in the damn trailer I saw on YouTube. Across the
Now I hate to be that pedantic motherfucker, but it's across the multiverse. And for one, you dumb fuck, I if you were anywhere near as plugged in as you think you're plugged in, motherfucker, you would know that Miles Morales has been a character with the Marvel Universe for the last 10 years now. This divisiveness that you see in a fucking movie because you so plugged into like, black consciousness. You would realize that this motherfucker has been known throughout the motherfucking Marvel universe for about 10 years now. But like I, I, ooh. I don't know. They both are some. In a battle of stupidity, Jill. Jill will win in the battle of stupidity because Jill is so stupid that he could not motherfucking he wouldn't be able to Umar is able to grift people. Umar is able to grift people. So that's why Jill would lose. But let's go.
Universe, and he's bunny hopping in the damn trailer I saw on YouTube. How the hell you gonna have a black superhero cartoon for our children? And he's lusting and thirsting over the skim milk in the damn trailer. This is insane.
See, and this is the shit that kind of like really pisses me off. This dehumanization of people because you don't like the fact that somebody has a choice. Now, mind you, if Umar really wanted to have a fucking issue, if he really wanted to have an issue with interracial dating, which he does have an issue with interracial dating, in Marvel Comics, the first motherfucker he should have a problem with, the hero that a lot of black kids should have looked up to, was Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. I mean, like, if you have a problem with anything, and don't tell me, oh, that's comic book and it's too deep. Like, we literally have the Jessica Jones show where Luke Cage is superhuman, beating the stuffing out of her. I mean, like, you like literally have that. So don't say, oh, because it's in the movies. Like, no, motherfucker. They even to Umar. I'm sure what will be his disgust is they even procreate. Danny Cage, like, yeah, like, dude, like, this is the shit that like gets me. It's these people that it's just like these outrage mobs, these right wing motherfuckers who hop on this outrage because, oh, it looks popular and now I can say something about it. Motherfucker, you don't give a fuck about comics. You don't give a fuck about comics. And if you gave a fuck about comics, you would understand that not only is Miles Morales an example of how motherfucking, what he would say, fathers being in the home and supporting their kids. He would have a fucking, the Morales / Davidson family is an example of the shit that he tried to push as a motherfucking philosophy. Fathers being in homes and standing up for their kids and getting their life together. That is literally the epitome of the shit that the motherfucking Davis Morales family is. But he will never say that shit. He will never actually understand that shit. All because it's popular and he wants a fucking outrage. That's all this is. But let's go.
Insane. How you gonna have a cartoon bunny hopping over the white girl in the cartoon?
Again, you dumb fuck. First, stop. Like, if anything, say that Miles Morales is having fucking penguin hopping because one of the alternatives of Gwen Stacy is a penguin, but still. But this just dehumanizing language is like, she understands him. You dumb fuck. They are friends. Not only that, but like, I think when you can motherfucking stick to walls and shoot webs and fight motherfucking supervillains, I kind of think that that may actually have an influence of how people can relate to you. I'm just saying, like, maybe that's a thing, right? Maybe that's a thing. But let's continue.
Lord have mercy. And then what is it, Little Mermaid? They said Little Mermaid is swimming in the milk. She is bunny hopping too.
I mean, like, if you want to, call cement milk, I mean, like, I guess, but I don't think that's pretty family friendly for you to call it that. I know I'm being an asshole, but still, why does it fucking matter? These are fictional fucking characters. You're getting so butthurt. Remember I was saying about, oh, I guess you guys can hear it because of the audio, but it's these people that respond to this reactionary shit. He wants to quote unquote end racism. His whole little rant about I can't be a Chinese if I go to China. I can't be this if I go there. That whole fucking rant is based off of the I'm not this, so they won't let me forget it. But you're doing a motherfucking racism, dude. You're literally doing a motherfucking racism right now. And it's fucking stupid because the only reason why you're mentioning this bullshit is that, well, because it's popular and you want to say some shit about it. Go suck all of the penises, dog. Because all you are doing is just showing your fucking ignorance. That's all the fuck you're doing. But let's continue.
Little Mermaid got a snow puppy. Insane, brothers and sisters. We can't even.
Again, why are you. Why? Fucking why? Why are you dehumanizing somebody else? Over the fact of your audience? I would think that I would want my audience to be more. I'm not even gonna say that more inclusive. I would think I want my audience to just want to screw or be with or sleep with or hug and kiss or whoever they find that they make a motherfucking connection with. Not that they're fetishizing them, not that they're saying, "Oh yeah, you know, I want this particular type of person because reason." No. I want my audience to not give a fuck as long as somebody is consenting, as long as somebody is not being coerced, for them to stick their naughty parts to whoever wants to stick their naughty parts back. Why the fuck does it matter what skin color they are? As long as they're not fetishizing, like, oh yeah, ooh, this person because they have a different type of melanin, then I like them. Like, no, that's stupid. That's fucking stupid. But why is it so important for him to prove like, oh yeah, you need to he's playing in snow. Like that shit is stupid. I hate to think like what happens when he finds out in the comics they have a future forward of them, you know, being married for 10 years with kids. But let's go.
Have a cartoon with black on black love. We can't even have a cartoon with black on black love. We can't even have a cartoon with black on black.
I guess he won't admit that like fuck. I guess I can't say that shit too because he'll say no, they're not black. Like Rio and Jefferson, I guess he won't. I guess he won't acknowledge that because that's not black on black love. I would I wasn't the Little Mermaid like a live action? Why that she it wasn't. This stupidity hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts me. Let's go.
We can't even have a cartoon with black on black love. It's getting out of control. It's getting out of control. It's getting out of control.
Why is he repeating himself? Like, does he have dementia? He has to repeat himself so much. Does he have dementia? Is that what it is? Is he just thinking like I have to repeat myself multiple times in order to make sure that people hear me? I don't fucking. Okay, let's go.
It's getting out of control. Little Mermaid, Spider-Man, bunny hopping. She probably gonna accuse him of smacking her too. Watch, he gonna get locked up. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Spider-Man across the.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What the fuck is wrong? Wait, what? What? Did he just say she probably gonna accuse him of smacking her? I mind you, he didn't speak anything about like anybody else in the Spider Verse of how they had Jessica Drew, like the black version of Jessica Drew, Spider Woman. They didn't have how Miguel O'Hara is an Irish Mexican of Irish and Mexican descent. Like Pavara, Kobe, Hobie. Like why did I say Kobe? But Hobie, like you would think somebody who's so conscious would know that shit, they have a fucking brick bonga as one of the main motherfucking characters of the story that actually kicks the story off. No, this motherfucker, he's the equivalent of the people that you see make their whole religion or ideology around motherfucking the what he's essentially doing is the equivalent of the Christians that make they motherfucking religion based upon the Bible, parts of the Bible that they see on bumper stickers, not the whole actual book, but just on bumper stickers. He's coming up with this shit all off of the trailer. But that's you don't have to speak in rules of three in order to get your point across. You can make a coherent, logical point. It would just only need that you would need to do this shit only if you're trying to create a mantra to fucking have people self hypnotize themselves or self hypnosis into believing the stupid shit that you're saying. I get what you're saying, but like, yeah, no, his motherfucking hat is too tight.
The universe, you're gonna accuse him of rape, and he's gonna go to jail, and they're gonna replace him with a white Spider-Man. Watch. That's what's gonna happen. He going
Let me turn the captions on for this shit. Wait, what? Wait, okay, let's hear that shit again.
accuse him of smacking her too. Watch. He gonna get locked up. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Spider-Man across the universe, you're gonna accuse him of rape, and he's gonna go to jail, and they're gonna replace him with a white Spider-Man. Watch. That's what's gonna happen. He's going to get accused of sexual harassment by the Snow Bunny in the cartoon. He's going to go to jail and lose his spidey senses, and they're going to replace him with a snow puppy. The new Spider-Man will be a snow puppy. That's what they.
Is somebody gonna fucking tell him or not? I mean, like, is somebody gonna really tell him or not? I don't. Wow, he's incredibly dumb. Wow, he's incredibly dumb. I. Wow. I'm sorry. What? I.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
I. I can't believe I heard that bullshit out of his mouth. But of course I did. Because reasons. Alright, let's go.
They're going to do. That's what they're going to do. Little Mermaid going to have his mixed race child, and he going to go to court and take the damn mixed race mermaid child from Little Mermaid. That's what she get for swimming in the skim milk. That's what she get for swimming in the skim milk. That's what she get.
That. Are you okay? Are you okay, man? Are you okay? Is everything okay? I just is everything okay? I don't know how you got all of that from a whimsical movie based on a Hans Christian Andersen's retelling of a story that's quite older. I okay. Miles Morales is gonna go to jail and lose his spider powers because Gwen Stacy is gonna beat him up, and then like, the Little Mermaid is gonna have a kid, and I, I, wow, the stupidity is breaking me today. quite early, but let's go.
But swimming in the skin. Criteria for secretary: natural hair. Natural hair. You can't be no secretary with me with no weaves, perms, or straightening combs. You can't be no secretary of mine with no weaves, perms, straightening combs, or European hair color.
Oh, when he says secretary, he means sex slave. Oh, that's what it is. When he says secretary, he means sex slave. Yeah. Okay. He needs a sex slave to go to different places with him and make his ego feel better because reasons. I okay. Wow, that's the thing. Let's go.
You can't be no secretary of mine with weaves, perms, straightening combs, European hair color, all natural, everything. You got to be natural. Got to be natural. Got to be conscious, and you got to be focused. Okay. This is work. You're coming to take. I'm gonna get you your pens, a whole bunch of. You're gonna be taking notes all day. Because when I'm in.
Wait. Why do I need pens? Dude, we're in you know, the 21st century, and there's these things called smartphones and tablets, and I is he for real about this bullshit? Is he for real? He just wants somebody around him to stroke his fucking ego and probably something else. And why does he just jump cut this shit right in the middle of his little rant talking about how Miles Morales is gonna get gonna get accused of hitting Gwen Stacy, and she gonna take him to jail, and Miles Morales is gonna get replaced by a white Spider-Man. Oh no. That shit. There's never been a white Spider-Man before. I'm sorry. Let's go.
Africa is all about networking and organizing. When I'm in Ethiopia, networking and organizing. London and Paris, networking and organizing. St. Lucia and Antigua, networking and organizing. Jamaica and Guadeloupe, networking and organizing. Nigeria and Ghana, networking and organizing. You're going to be busy.
Hey, by the way, when is that networking gonna work for that school, dog? When you gonna put that school together? You know, the school that you got, hundreds of thousands of dollars for. I'm just wondering, like, what's going on with that?
And if you don't do a good job, you won't be invited back.
Oh no, I won't be invited back from somebody who probably is exploiting other people for money. Damn it, that seems bad. Let's go.
Will I accept braids? Long as it ain't no fake hair in them. Long as it ain't no fake hair. And no.
So wait. He is literally telling people what style of hair he wants that he doesn't want them to have and have. I I, I would seem to remember that a lot of people were really really upset, and I was too because I have locks. That when you saw, you know, states trying to pass laws talking about how people can't wear their hair, it was a big issue. It's almost as if racism for thee, but racism when they do it, but not when I do it. I For real, Umar, for real. Sh- Shut the fuck up, dude. Come on, let's go.
No ringworm or dandruff in the braids too. No ringworm or dandruff in the braids. My sisters with the braids, you got to get them taken out every once in a while. Get that hair washed, because some of y'all be having ringworm and dandruff.
Fuck you, Umar. These are not your fucking toys to fucking play with. They're not your eye candy to fucking look at. If you want somebody to motherfucking be your secretary, then they will need to, and they're traveling all over the fucking world, as you want to sit back and say, is it about the job or is it about looking good for you? And again, what the fuck does this have to do with Black Spider-Man or Ariel? I don't get it. Like, okay, let's go. Umar is like herpes, keeps coming back when you think he's gone. Yeah, of course.
Okay, you got to handle that. Brother lay down with a queen, he get up itching all over his body. That's because you had ticks and fleas in your hair. We got to take care of our.
Dude, ain't you married? Didn't you just have 2 ceremonies? Didn't you just have a ceremony with 2 chicks? So this is literally about you having somebody as a sex slave / worker. This is all this is about? Alright, let's go.
Our hair, brothers and sisters. We got to take care of our natural hair, brothers and sisters. We got to take care of our natural hair, brothers and sisters. Okay? You said you got a ringworm? Put some honey and garlic on that ringworm. Put some honey.
Well, why don't you just put the treatment for it? You know, antibacterial shit. You know, we have science, Umar. We have science, dog. Like we have that shit. We have science. It's some antifungal treatment that actually works. I don't know what else to say.
And garlic on that ringworm. Chew up the garlic and put it on your ringworm. The garlic could kill the ringworm. Chew some garlic up and put it on your ringworm hill.
Who is he talking to?
Sure, you can have locks. I love a sister with locks. I love a sister with locks. I love a sister with cornrows. I love a sister with an afro. I love a sister with a blowout. I love all natural hairstyles. I love all natural hairstyles.
He must be talking to a motherfucking chat. All right, I'm done with this. Yeah, no, this shit is stupid. I obviously the recording is gonna be fucked up, so I'm probably not gonna put this out in the clip on YouTube. But this shit is stupid. Like literally, dog, you are motherfucking trying to use your platform to get women. Like let's just be honest. He's trying to use his platform to get women, which I mean, like Fresh and Fit does it, so why wouldn't he do it, right? But in the end, this motherfucker said that Miles is gonna get accused of hitting Gwen Stacy and then go to jail and being replaced by a white Spider-Man. Like this is all a fucking grift. And I don't get why people put up with so much of this bullshit. It's just so fucking telling. It's so fucking telling that it's all a motherfucking grift. And yeah, sure, dog. You're right. There's sooner or later they're gonna try to bring in a white Spider-Man. Oh my god. They may even try to pull in and have a trans Spider-Man. I know he's probably like shit. Like he's probably going, oh my god, they're gonna try to bring in a Spider-Man that may be trans. Son Spider. Shit. That was in a movie. Shit. I mean, like, it's not like there have been several different representations of Spider-Man, both variants of Peter Parker and people who weren't Peter Parker, but you know, like, who, fuck, right? Fuck out of here. This is why I hate people that just try to use shit for outrage. This is why I hate people that just try to use shit for outrage, because it's fucking stupid. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyway, if you can, please, if you haven't done so already, like, share, subscribe, and all that other good shit. Yeah. Let's get to our next video. All right. Okay. So I hate monopolies. So there has been a ongoing court battle, which I think a lot of people have like not realized how bad this shit can actually be. And what do I mean? Microsoft made a bid to try to buy the Call of Duty manufacturer, Activision Blizzard. Now, although I don't play a lot of Activision games, I do play Diablo. I have Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. One of these days, I'm going to actually stream and play more of it. But I have Diablo. Am I going to get Diablo 4? I don't know, because Diablo, and it's just like, after Diablo 3, it's like the story kind of went sideways really after 2, but yeah. But when it comes down to it, I think it's very telling that well, so many people, especially people who are Microsoft fans, are so yay, yay, Microsoft won against the FTC, and yay, yay. Now Sony is bad because reasons, and all this other good bullshit, and it's just like, y'all are clapping, y'all are motherfucking celebrating that Microsoft gets to buy Blizzard, with all the history that Microsoft has done with video games in the last few years. Y'all are happy about it. And most people that I'm watching videos from, the take that they're having is like, yeah, it's a good thing because we're gonna get games cheap, and you know, yeah, I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on games. And I saw one person that kind of had a more sobering take on it. And well, we're gonna watch our boy Mudahar. Let's see what he has to say about this.
Me, Mutahar, and a pretty massive W for Microsoft, it seems, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for those of you who've been following the gaming space like me, you've probably noticed for like the last year plus, almost like 2 years at this point, Microsoft has been trying to buy Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard being one of the largest gaming publishers out there. You might have heard of indie games like Diablo 4, Call of Duty.
Yeah, so Microsoft is spending almost $70 billion for Activision Blizzard, which is a lot of fucking money. It's not like they have money to spare, even though they just announced a round of layoffs because reasons. But like, let's go.
Modern Warfare 2. Heck, you might have even played Overwatch 2, okay? Or at least, like, read the fan fiction or whatnot. But ladies and gentlemen, this deal has been kind of on the fringes, and there's been people who have honestly had betting pools of either the deal will go through or it will not. Now, for context's sake, there's 3 companies in the world that are kind of like the biggest players in the gaming
So, yeah, it's been a thing, and if you're not a gamer or if you're not in hardcore gaming, yeah, most people just haven't been paying attention to it. They just recently had a hearing on whether or not a temporary injection should go through. But let's go.
console space, okay? You've got Nintendo, one of the largest companies in Japan. Sony, one of the largest companies in Japan too, not as big as Nintendo, but sizable. And then, of course, you've got Microsoft. Now, when I talk about size,
So, some of the big 3 gaming companies, as far as console gaming, you have, of course, as he stated, Nintendo, which is a fucking megalithic monster. You have Sony, which in and of itself is actually pretty good. Hey, been playing Sony since Sony's been coming out. I've had all 5. I forget this fucking planet has eclipses. I've had all 5 systems, and in some cases, multiple of the same systems. And then you have Xbox. So that's where it's going along, like where that competition actually lead. But let's go.
Microsoft dwarfs Nintendo and Sony, okay? Now, I know that some people in the gaming space might take offense to that, but facts are facts, okay? Microsoft, and that's not including just Xbox, Microsoft as a whole is one of the largest tech companies on the planet. In fact, tons of the internet infrastructure is entirely dependent on them. Believe it or not, the most used desktop operating system, it's not so hard to believe, is Microsoft. I may not be a Windows lover, I might be a Linux lover.
So this is one of the things that a lot of people were just like, Microsoft is claiming that they're just a poor little company and they can't compete with companies like Sony and Nintendo, where most operating systems in the world are Windows. I'm sorry, I'm confused about that one. Like, wait, what? Your most of your operating systems in the world are Windows. How is that not a thing? But let's go.
But Windows is still one of the largest operating systems on the planet. And of course, the foothold Microsoft has in gaming is not to be joked around with. I know that we laugh at Microsoft exclusives like Halo isn't doing all that well, I haven't seen a new Gears game come by, and holy...
And you know what? This is actually true. One of the reasons why I never actually bought a Microsoft console for myself, I actually bought a One S for my daughter. But one of the reasons why I never bought a console for myself is because they don't have too many exclusives that would entice me to buy a console. But let's go.
Hell, Forza is pretty much the only thing that gleams Xbox AAA to me. But that doesn't shy away from the fact they've got money to spend. So this deal is one of the largest deals in gaming space, and because of how sizable Activision Blizzard and their entire presence is on the gaming space, there have been antitrust lawsuits thrown around. Now, for anybody who's followed Microsoft as long as I have, or is old like me, you know that Microsoft and antitrust go together like fucking apple pie in America. Microsoft is a big company, and if it comes down to like antitrust, they pretty much were the start of antitrust situations, all the way back to the browser wars, all the way back to Windows, so on and so forth.
So this is actually true. So a lot of people don't realize how big Microsoft's footprint is. They think Xbox, and you see what's going on with the Xbox, and you think, oh, well, they're not really that big. They're pretty small when it comes to gaming. No, Microsoft Games is fucking huge. Just because it's not called Xbox, which the Xbox portion of a lot of shit is small, but Microsoft Games is huge. I remember actually going, like, there has been, they actually had such a domination in Microsoft and their gaming sector that's the reason why you see a lot of you had a lot of games using had to use the DOS system, because that they just made it default in order to play a lot of games. That's one of the reasons why, you know, the prevalence of like their foothold in gaming, because oh yeah, we're gonna make our gaming easy to access, and oh yeah, not only do you have a gaming machine, but you can also do spreadsheets on this machine as well. Microsoft Gaming, not Xbox, Microsoft Gaming is fucking huge. It's fucking massive. And along with their the streaming that they're trying to do right now, no, you like that, it's huge. But they're crying poverty because, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's go.
So when it comes to gaming, trying to buy one of the biggest publishers, you bet there were some parties that weren't exactly taking too kind to it. So what effectively happened, ladies and gentlemen, is today Microsoft, a federal court, declined to grant the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, a temporary restraining order that would actually keep Microsoft from closing this transaction.
So that's all that was done. That's all that was actually done. Not that it was, oh yeah, we're going to let the deal go completely through. It was the FTC literally says, let's not let them do this right now. Let's motherfucking wait. Let's put that deal on hold. But if you actually go and look at some of the coverages that other people were actually doing, even coverages like big channels were doing. Oh yeah, the FTC got their ass kicked. No, the only thing that happened was the judge didn't approve the temporary injunction, which the FTC still had the opportunity to appeal the decision of the judge, who, by the way, which didn't make any sense to me, has a son that works for Microsoft. That was weird that they kept that, and the judge actually stated it. They kept that case in front of that judge. But let's just go.
Now, to be fair, this doesn't mean Microsoft is out of the woods. In fact, they could still have an FTC antitrust lawsuit, which could allege that the purchase would actually harm competition in the gaming space. So you might be wondering, why does this happen? Well, it's because if you have one company that is so goddamn big that when competing with other companies, it could simply just buy out the competition, that's not healthy. Competition is required. It's one of the regulating forces we have to make sure monopolies don't exist. Unfortunately, monopolies, duopolies, they still do exist.
So, this is where I kind of question some of the wisdom that you see a lot of people who are big Xbox fans say. They say that, yeah, they're gonna take Call of Duty and make it a Microsoft exclusive, or put it on day and date on the Xbox, and it's just like, that's stupid, because if you're just trying to, I don't know, get a monopoly for your specific console, they're gonna think that they have no competition, and they're just gonna give you bullshit. Like, that's what all companies do. They feel that they have a monopoly, and then they stop trying so hard. But let's go.
But we're trying the best we goddamn can, right? So the FTC says they're disappointed in the outcome, given that the clear threat this merger poses to open competition in cloud gaming, subscription services, and consoles. Now, for those of you wondering, Microsoft has pretty much been like fucking flaming themselves and saying, listen guys, we're not the biggest player in the space. Everyone else is bigger than us.
Yeah, and this is the shit that's like, they haven't, and this was actually put in the court case. The FTC brought this as part of the evidence of how Microsoft would say, oh, we're not the biggest, oh, we're not the biggest, oh, this company is bigger than us, oh, this competition is real competition, but this isn't real competition. And there would just be lies on the stand. And this is one of the things that, like, are you reflectively bending the truth? And I don't want to relitigate the court case, but you're reflexively bending the truth in order to say that, hey, we're not really that big. We're a small company compared to everybody else, but you're paying $70 billion to buy another publisher. Yeah, you're not that big with $70 billion. Okay, let's go.
Conveniently, obviously, forgetting the fact that when it comes to the war chest, there's still the sizable like group out there. Of course, this doesn't again mean that they're out. The FTC could appeal it. The last actual obstacle Microsoft has is with the Competition and Markets Authority in the United Kingdom, which even that doesn't seem to be a big deal when Brad Smith, the vice chair and president of Microsoft over here, literally said, after today's court decision in the US, our focus now turns back to the UK. While we ultimately disagree with the CMA's concerns, we are considering how a transaction might be modified in order to address those concerns in a way that is acceptable to the CMA. Now, of course, if you were looking into this deal, basically Microsoft said, we'll make deals with like all the other small cloud providers so we can give some of the Activision games to them as well, even though they're going to be in direct competition with them.
So one of the things that also came up, and this is like the and I'm going to bring up these points, and this is just how odd this whole thing was. During the court case, you know, Microsoft execs actually said, oh, we're going to make all of the versions of Call of Duty, we're going to keep them with parity among each other. In other words, we're going to make Call of Duty available on the Nintendo Switch, and we're going to have the standard for all of our games that we're going to put on at consoles are going to have the standard of all of the games. By that standard, Microsoft has just said that, oh yeah, no, we know that like the Switch is the less powerful console, and we're going to make all of our games look and run as if they're at least running on a Switch. And that's stupid to me because, yeah, you don't have the same parity of all of the consoles. But let's go.
Actually doing the best they can to not come across like the fucking monopoly that they are. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you following this deal too, Call of Duty, yes, was one of the largest points of contention. Now, Call of Duty is a game that I think we all can agree is probably one of the most played AAA shooters on the planet. There are people, normies, that don't watch my videos, don't even give a shit about gaming. But when it comes time to come home from the 9 to 5, they're playing Modern Warfare with the boys, okay, with the girls. That's just how it works. So Call of Duty is a game that's bought all over Xbox, PlayStation, PC, so on and so forth. And one of the scariest points was if Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard, it's not that they're worried about Overwatch not coming.
So, and this is one of the points that I was just bringing up. Like, one, it's like, why are they, what would be the reason of them buying this other than to just take it and make it exclusive to them or make it day and date on fucking Game Pass? What would be the reason why? And I know, there was communication going back and forth between Phil Spencer and Jim Ryan, and Jim Ryan was actually trying to get Phil Spencer to confirm that current and future titles that were being put out for Activision Blizzard will come to the PlayStation, and Phil Spencer kept saying current titles. It's just like, it makes no sense that people would actually want to have this type of deal be okay. But let's go.
To PlayStation or Diablo or really any game, it's Call of Duty. Call of Duty is one of the largest games on PlayStation right now. So Microsoft ended up having to capitulate a whole heck of a lot, ended up signing like 10-year deals to bring Call of Duty to not just their competitors right now, but all the way over to Nintendo and Nvidia. Meaning that if you're going to be playing Call of Duty on the Switch, it's going to be running through the cloud, and Nvidia, so on and so forth. Meaning that they literally had to go to their competition and say, we will not take away the largest shooter on the planet because the government doesn't want us to do that.
And when you have to say that in order to get a deal through, that just lets me know you want to actually do the shit. Like, that just lets me know that you want to do this shit all of along. But because somebody raised question about it, then, oh, no, we weren't going to take it away. But, all right, let's go.
Then, of course, PlayStation's Jim Ryan literally even said, no matter what, this Call of Duty promise, it's inadequate. Microsoft is literally like a big threat to PlayStation when it comes to Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty, Microsoft and PlayStation understand, is the largest cash cow. And even if Microsoft doesn't take away Call of Duty from PlayStation, which they never will, because nobody's going to cannibalize their IP like this, Microsoft can still...
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've seen Xbox executives make stupid decisions all because they feel that it's going to get them more money, and it's not player friendly decisions. They just make decisions based on what they think will get them more money, even if it hurts the players. But let's go.
Still put Call of Duty on Game Pass, which means for a lot of people who are in the space to buy a console, what are they going to do? You think they're going to go to Microsoft and you think they're going to go to PlayStation, buy a PS5, then buy each Call of Duty for $60 a pop, $70 a pop? No. If they can just buy a cheap-ass Xbox Series S and buy Game Pass and get access to all of the Call of Duty games, all of the Diablo games, all of the...
Yeah, and see, this is one of the things where I think that a lot of people actually... they make that mistake of thinking that, oh yeah, well now it's going to be on all, I'm going to get all of the Activision Blizzard games on Game Pass. Either the game quality will actually suck, or Game Pass is going to start raising its rates. Like, and this is what I don't get about the whole thing. It's just like, Game Pass is going to actually either raise its rates to compensate for the high development costs. Like, it came out during the trial that Sony spent on development costs alone like $200 million on games like Forbidden West, and it was another game that they spent a shit ton of money on. For you to actually think that, hey, no, see what had happened was they're gonna give me a cheap service and a ultra super looking premium game. Like, I don't know what to tell you, because companies are just not that generous. They're fairly fucking greedy. But let's go.
Blizzard games, all of Starfield, all of Bethesda stuff, what do you think is a better deal that the gamer sees, the consumer, when it comes to price? No matter what, I'm a physical lover, but for a lot of people who, for gaming, it is an expensive hobby in a time of severe inflation. They're going to buy the system that gives them hundreds of the top quality AAA games right there and then. Now, I personally think Game Pass is kind of diluting a bit of the quality of those games. I think a lot of it is always just, hey, this is some random shit thrown on there. And of course, for a lot of these Game Pass titles, the profitability is obviously questionable. I think for a lot of them, further monetizing these games through microtransactions after you download them through Game Pass is like the smart way to go. Which is both good and bad for the gaming world, is what I'm saying. And I'm not even just...
And see, this is another thing, too. Even if they give you the best motherfucking, experience for something to be on Game Pass, the fact that you see a lot of these games, the microtransactions, the extra DLC, it is fucking horrifying of how they're actually motherfucking taking advantage of gamers. And you think that having a game on Game Pass, Microsoft won't look for other monetization practices? They're trying to buy a cell phone game company. Of course they're going to be looking for monetization. And people are just eating this up. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, let's go.
Talking about preservation. So, of course, at this moment in time, the big point of contention beyond Call of Duty was always going to be the cloud gaming. So, according to the Europeans, CMA, the Competition Markets Authority, they literally are saying that like 60 to 70% of cloud gaming belongs in the hands of Microsoft. So, they actually do account for 60 to 70% of people playing cloud games. Now, if you don't know, Microsoft has xCloud. So a great example could be if you wanted to play something like Persona 4 Golden. Now, you don't have to even have an Xbox, from what I understand, to do that. You could literally whip out yourself.
And so, like, I get why people say this is convenient. They can play a game that they've played hundreds of times or dozens of times or tens of dozens of times on their cell phone. That's actually great. And more power to you. But as somebody who has I have a Vita, and I know the downgrades of those games versus the actual, full games. It's not the same. But all right, let's go.
Cell phone, go to their like cloud gaming application, and then actually just play Persona 4 Golden through touch controls on your device. Hell, I could play through like 10 hours of Persona on my phone and immediately continue my save file on the Xbox. So Microsoft has like kind of a natural monopoly in that in the cloud gaming world, the world that I personally don't care about, but I guess a lot of people do. A lot of people do actually play their games in the cloud. Microsoft is simply providing a better service than like Amazon or, well, Google doesn't even have Stadia anymore. But you get it, all right? Microsoft is simply providing the better service. So that's where they're sitting at. And obviously the big scary part is if they buy Activision, these games that people actually want to stream on the cloud could eventually just become exclusive to them. That's really...
And so this is another thing. A lot of game companies are trying to get rid of fucking physical discs. And I'm sorry, like, even though my PlayStation that I have, I do have the discless one. But if those licenses go away, I'm fucked. All the money that I spent on a specific game, I know I'm fucked. If they decide, the license holders decide to take that shit away. Do you know I had to go through for like 2 hours and try to find games that I spent money on the original PlayStation 3? And they were actually popular ones like the X-Men games or the Simpson games. And once that licensing is gone, then I'll be lucky to actually be able to find them again. I literally found some of them because I went to my back history. But what happens when that store is no longer open? A lot of people don't think about that shit. They just think cheap game right now. no matter what the cost will be later. But let's go.
The question being asked over here. Now, I know we've covered a lot in this video right now, but I honestly wanted to get my full thoughts of the situation out. I really don't like the industry consolidating like this because, to be honest with you, I really don't like the fact that these big companies are just buying up blocks of different game publishers. Because I think, honestly, a response to this, and Sony already has kind of done this, they bought Bungie, and from what I think, they might choose to buy Square Enix. And if they have the money, imagine if they bought Take-Two and made Grand Theft Auto suddenly an exclusive to PlayStation.
Okay, everybody keeps saying this, that, oh, Sony's going to buy Square Enix. I don't think that's going to happen. For one, why do they need to? Square has been more than open about the fact that they have issues with Microsoft and its leadership. But two, I don't want Sony buying Square Enix. No, fuck. I don't like this. That's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be very stupid. But let's continue.
Products. This is part of the entire industry that I'm not a huge fan of. The only reason I give Microsoft a bit of leeway is because at least their games are showing up on Steam, or showing up on PC, so it's not completely exclusive to their specific plastic box, which, again, could be beneficial for them on selling the Xboxes, but obviously, if you're just in their ecosystem and giving money to them through a sub fee, that's all they really give a shit about. So yeah, ladies
and this is one of the things that I hated hearing. It's not a Microsoft Xbox game customer, it's you're in the ecosystem. That's euphemeric speak. Is euphemeric is a word? I know I'm trying to say euphemism, but I'm trying to do the adjective of it. Well, you're spending your money with us, type game. Like that's no. I don't want to be in an ecosystem. I want to motherfucking buy a game that I want to enjoy. For you saying that I'm in the ecosystem, the next thing you're going to be calling me is whales, minnows, or dolphins. Yeah, no, that's fucking stupid. Anyway. I don't know what else to say. I don't think that Activision Blizzard, like the newsflash, the FTC appealed the ruling, so I don't think that this is going away or like everybody else saying it's a done deal. I think there's still going to be some competition. Remember, competition is fucking always great, whether it's man against their environment or everyone against their environment to make it better, or sometimes PvP. But we all win when companies fight against each other. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and I'm cutting this video segment here. Alright, I know this is a short stream. It's only about an hour and a half today. I got started way later than what I was supposed to. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go to bed because I've been tired. This is me trying to get back in the habit of streaming more. Like, share, and subscribe, and we out this piece.